Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to take a look at Dire Maul on Alliance Week without any talents. So this is on my free-to-play account. I have just finished my testing with Tirion. I managed to clear up to orange with Tirion, and even on red I got the first boss down, but failed at the second, but even red difficulty might be doable with this army. To recap the main dungeon mechanics, the first boss, Stomper Kreeg. Kreeg's army is a bit touchy, damage them enough and they go berserk and attack everything in sight. So the key to beating Stomper Kreeg is to deal damage to the army, preferably when they're near the boss, when they're near their own towers, so that they will start attacking everything in sight, they will attack their own towers, they will attack the boss, and that's the key to success with the first boss. The second boss, Immol'thar, has eyes everywhere. They wander the area and appear after you play any unit. So whenever you play a unit, there's going to be an eye, and then the eye is going to chase that unit and it's going to explode. Very, very annoying playing units. Although those explosions do hurt Immol'thar's units as well, they hurt Immol'thar as well, and they hurt Immol'thar's towers as well if you want to use that. I typically just go straight for the boss, and there's basically two ways to kill this boss. One, you can use Fire Elemental, which can just tank the boss. Boss deals elemental damage, Fire Elemental is splendid at that. Or two, you use Quillbore to turn the boss around away from your army, and then bring in your damage dealers. Either way works. And finally, there is King Gordok, the third boss. King Gordok is strong, but his lieutenants can be persuaded to rise against him, and that is really the key to success. There's those two lieutenants, and King Gordok also has a pocket healer that's going to keep his health topped up. I like to take the right lieutenant first, then the left lieutenant, attack King Gordok, kill the healer with unbounds and spells, and then with lieutenants on my side and the healer dead, King Gordok is just going to fall. So this is the army that I have been using for Tirion. Could work with other leaders as well. I will test more on those and post more results later. But this is the army that I went with Tirion. I'm using Worgen. Worgen is great for the third boss, because in the third boss you want to ambush that pocket healer, and Worgen is going to deal a bunch of damage to that one. Worgen can also ambush ogre mages. Worgen can be used to deal damage to Immol'thar once you have Fire Elemental tanking it, the second boss. Worgen is just generally quite useful here. Then I have Defiance Bandits. Defiance Bandits obviously great with the stealth, with the stuns, can delay something like ogre mages, can delay huntresses, and can open chests, and just cycle because they're really cheap. I'm using Stonehoof Tauren, because Stonehoof Tauren is great against ogre mages and great against huntresses, and there's plenty of both around, so Stonehoof Tauren is just a splendid unit. One of the key pieces for this dungeon is Execute. Execute on the first boss is going to make their minis fight against each other. Works at least up to -3 levels, because I have a level 13 Execute and I beat the 16 level boss with this, so yeah, that works at least that far. And also in the last boss, executing the healer just takes away so much health from it and helps you kill it faster. Can also be used in a pinch to hurt Immol'thar in second boss. My real secret sauce for this dungeon is Batrider. Batrider is actually quite brilliant at the first boss, because once the minis have taken enough damage, they start to hit each other, and Batrider's flame pools are going to deal some damage even if Batrider happens to die, and can still affect the minis. Just a wonderful addition. And then there's Fire Elemental. I opted to go with the Fire Elemental way to beat the second boss this time. I've also sometimes done it with something like Quillbore and Harpies, for example. But Fire Elemental only takes one slot from the deck, and just send Fire Elementals at the boss. It's going to be awesome on the second boss. And this is what all of this looks like in action. So I was able to beat this first boss on red difficulty, so let's take a look at this one on red. I like to execute at the start, as you can see. Even 3 levels lower, execute still makes the grunts fight against each other. Tauren is also great at picking up the chest at the start. And then we just start working our way towards getting that right tower. That right hand tower is what I want. I want to push from the right. I don't care about the left side all that much. And here we have the flame pools putting in some work, and we're also able to get a sweet execute there. Now everyone is enraged and they're fighting against each other. As you can see, the huntress shooting at the tower, the ghoul hitting at the tower. Now I'm a little low on gold, but I'm going to try to ambush that ogre mage, because it's the only one who's sane out there. So if we get the ogre mage down, but sadly we don't, the Worgen didn't quite have the levels. 1 level higher Worgen and the ogre mage would have went down, but be that as it may, Batrider with those flame pools coming in clutch. Now I'm trying to cycle a little bit so that I can get to an execute. I managed to find my execute, and look at that execute. Huntresses, grunts, all fighting against each other. Well, I couldn't quite sneak past, there's always a survivor. Yeah, I guess that's how it works. So now I am going to lose some gold. I try to desperately prevent the AI from mining, but it's not gonna work out now, is it? No, it's not. Anyway, there's maybe a chance that I can mine on the other side. 2 ogre mages, splendid execute target, let's execute those. More stuff coming from this side, but look at the action of that flame pool. Batrider getting the flame pool down, getting just enough damage in to make everyone go crazy. Batrider is just such a phenomenal unit in this map. And then we're trying to keep pushing while monitoring, okay, how much threat is there to my base. Remember, my base is lower level than their minis, so it's going to take a ton of damage. But let's see. Now I'm waiting to see, is there going to be an execution opportunity? I couldn't find one. I'm a little worried that my tower might fall. I need to deploy something. I tried to mine there, but actually I misclicked a little bit and didn't manage to mine. I'll wonder a little bit later, where did my miner go? And I'm like, where did my miner go? Didn't I put a miner there? Nope, I did not. I should have. I would have beaten the AI at the race there and gotten some mining in. But here, now this executes when the minis spawn near the boss. And then just make them fight against the boss. And look at the effect of that. That was just so beautiful. And then we're going to keep trying to pressure from the right side. Again, Batrider, flame pools, making everyone crazy. Just splendid. I'm a little worried about that ogre mage. I'm sending the Defiance bandits to keep it stunned a little bit so that my base can finish it off. Now we get to mine a little bit. Tirion is trying to attack, but Tirion doesn't really do much. I wanted to execute, but hey, only 2 minis. I'm wondering, okay, should I really? Well, I figured I might as well, because no other minis were spawning. I was trying to bait, maybe if I can get some more minis to spawn, and then execution will be even better. But it's okay. Tauren counters the hunters perfectly, once again, and 12 seconds left, but now there's an excellent execution point. Yes, we got 2 grunts and an ogre mage, all with a single execute. That was brilliant. Now the boss is fighting against its own, and we come in and we beat the boss. Didn't manage to beat Immol'thar on red yet, so this is from my orange difficulty clear against Immol'thar. And yeah, Immol'thar it's an annoying boss. See, those eyes start spawning and then they start exploding all over the place, although you can use that against Immol'thar as well. See, there, for example, the eye exploded and it killed the Prowler. So they also hurt Immol'thar's units, and that's important. That eye grabbing the charge from the Stonehoof Torrent, that was awkward. The base is able to kill the eyes if there's no other threats around, but otherwise the eyes might get to the base and be able to explode there. Also, I positioned miner a little bit too far from the base there. I need to position it closer so that the base would have killed the eye, and then the miner would have been able to mine. Now I failed to mine. But I did manage to get the meeting stone, and I got 2 fire elementals out there at the boss, together with Tirion backing them up, and that is going to be a world of hurt for that boss. I didn't manage to get one of them down, but Stonehoof Torrent is also quite a lot of damage. Again, the miner was it a little bit too far away again? I think it might have been. I may have needed to position a little bit closer to the base. But the fire elementals, Tirion, Stonehoof Torrent, and finally execute did the job anyway. And finally we have King Gordok, who is actually the easiest boss in the dungeon. So what I like to do here, first I'm going to fight off these grunts. I'm going to place my minis here in the middle. So the minis that I used to fend off the initial push, which is not that strong of a push, then they are going to go ahead and take the center tower. Once I have the center tower, that means that I can easily send reinforcements to the boss fight, and life is just going to be easy. Nothing is going to threaten my base. I'm going to send a miner out there now that I have an opportunity. I wonder how many troops do I need to take that tower. I figure, okay, maybe these troops are fine. If I might have been able to take it less, so maybe the Batrider wasn't actually needed. So a bit of a waste of a Batrider, because those troops are going to challenge the boss now without anything else going for them. They're just going to die. But here, Fire Elemental actually doing a good job at tanking the Lieutenant on the right side. And then I'm wondering, okay, what about the left side? Let's send a miner out there. See, we're defeating the Lieutenant on the right. And after some delay, we're going to start sending troops to pick up on the left side lieutenant. This time I choose the Stonehoof Tauren over Fire Elemental because that damage is physical. Stonehoof Tauren is the better tank in this occasion. Just sending out a group of troops over there and seeing that my push on the right side is going well. It's going well, everything is looking good. And I'll do a bit of defense here in the center now. But what I'm really preparing for at the moment is starting to attack the healer. So execute the healer, Bogen the healer, just try to push everything to healer. Boss has been also pulled to the right side, which means that now that my push arrives from the left, then that push is also very likely to target the healer to an extent at least. And here we go, with the unbounds, with the push coming in. Now, it's just the boss, nothing else but the boss. No heals, no lieutenants. And that boss is in so much trouble. Okay, Huntress is actually a little bit annoying there, hitting me in the back, but there's still enough power here to take the boss down, and boom, that's Dire Maul at orange difficulty with no talents with Tirion. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.